Hi guys, welcome back to another video. The mess you see in front of you is me organizing all of my toys. Unfortunately, I don't have a bookcase or shelf to display all of them. Um, So I do have a lot of toys in storage that I put in plastic bags, and as you can see right here, I have a ton of mini mates. Like, I swear I have like I swear I have more than 1,000. You know, I just got a ton of these guys. Like, look at all the Wolverines I have. Uh, Yeah, there you go. Here's focused. And these are all the Wolverines that I have that are missing parts, which sucks. I actually really like this guy. So, missing a hand. What you hear in the background is I'm actually watching the recent NXT episode. So I'm just catching up on NXT. I'm a huge WWE fan. Man, I got this ring over here, and there's a pile of stuff that I need to organize. My fiance and my daughter, they went to visit her family out in on Rockford, so I had to I just figured, this is the best opportunity that I have to organize all this stuff. And the reason why I have all this stuff scattered too is, I'm a toy photographer as well. So, I rotate my toys like every now and then. I have a certain amount of toys that I like to take pictures of, and I post them on Instagram. I'll definitely post a link tonight, or on this video. Here's some more mini mates. My God, there's so many, and I'm not complaining. I love these mini mates. Actually, here's a pretty cool thing that I didn't notice. I thought it was a duplicate, but they're actually two variants of each other. If you can tell, if I could get this to focus. So this is the best of, and my finger's in the way. This is the best of Sabretooth, the classic series, and this is also this is from one of the later lines of mini mates. Very slight difference. I think this color is more vibrant. The hair is more vibrant, and then he has this intense look on his face. Here he's more of like an arrogant, grim look on his face. So a little bit of a variant between the two. I wasn't aware of it initially, but I thought that's pretty cool. I should actually turn down that in the background so you guys could hear me better. 1 second, guys. So I'm totally watching NXT in the background. Wi-Fi is a little choppy. Not going to show you too much. I'm not going to show you too much. I don't want to get in trouble. So, I don't want to get in trouble and be a licensing issue. But a lot of stuff that I'm going through. This is all my Lego Simpsons. So I'm putting those together, making sure that they're together. Hopefully we'll have a larger space, maybe later this year or next year, where I could have my own toy bookcase or display. This is actually the Revoltech Donatello that I'm probably going to do a video about pretty soon. I've had this for quite a few years. The only reason why I have it in the box is because I really don't have a place to display this guy, and it's such an expensive toy. Where's he? I think it's like, I think I bought this guy for like $60, like a few years ago. But if you ever play with this toy, it's totally worth it. Like the things that you can do with this toy as far as articulation and posability is just, it's awesome. You know, Reveltech is just a fantastic company, great toy company. So basically, I'm just going through like toys that I want to add to my rotation. You know, a lot of the toys that I have in my bag, I carry a bag of toys with me every day, because I take pictures of them. You know, I love taking photographs of toys. You know, just creative things that I can do. Um, I used to paint back in the day and draw, and you know, I took a few painting classes in college. And, you know, it's so time consuming. So I thought just to take up photography, which, you know, it could also be time consuming in itself, but you know, with modern technology and the way phones are with cameras nowadays, it's not that it's not as time consuming as it was. So it's a little bit easier. Oh, let me focus on this guy. I love this mini mate. So awesome. Let me focus in on this guy. There you go. Okay, so initially I wasn't a fan of this guy. Probably not. I think I'm more so a fan of the toy than I am of the character, because it's such a cool, it's a really cute toy. But this is a Zazzle. This is Nightcrawler's father. And initially, I didn't like this character because, you know, he's like a demon, and so like, you know, this takes away from Nightcrawler actually being immune. So like, Nightcrawler is a demon now. Actually, he's, you know, a mix of a mutant and demon. So, you know, it kind of takes away from the how dynamic the character is. But as a toy, this is really cool. I can't lie. I really like this toy. So, here's another guy that I want to show you. Oh, here you go. So the Marvel Legends Cyclops is really hard to find, and they're pretty expensive. With the news from New News, apologize. I should really have better grammar. But with news coming from SDCC, the San Diego Comic Con about a week ago, about the new Cyclops Marvel Legend, you know, that was pretty awesome. And you know, I'm a huge fan of the Jim Lee Cyclops. So like all these years I've had this guy just to satisfy my appetite for the Jim Lee Cyclops. I've always wanted the Toy Biz Marvel Legends Cyclops, but you know, I don't want to dish out like $85 for a Cyclops, you know, a loose toy and in itself. You know, I'd rather have a mint card. And I know that I just showed you guys like a $60 toy. But you know, like people have, you know, like this is my favorite character of all time. So like I don't mind paying $60 for like a premium toy every now and then. But like a loose Marvel Legend for about $85, you know, I probably don't pay that. You know, that's way too expensive. Speaking of very expensive and rare Marvel Legends, I have the Jim Lee Tiger Stripe Wolverine, from the Red Hulk Build-A-Figure series, the Hasbro series. This guy that I've recently seen on eBay, it actually goes for I think around anywhere from $75 to $100. I think I've seen $100 at the most. But But I definitely I bought this at retail. I'm sorry, I'm getting distracted by NXT. Yeah, so awesome. Gargano and Ciampa, love those guys. But anyways, um, yeah, I got this for retail, and this was on the shelf. I can't believe that. Like, I almost didn't buy this because this was a variant, and then the one next to it, which was the one I actually wanted, was the black and red, um, the common version to this. So this is actually the variant. And what I was going to do with the black and red costume is I was going to turn that into the X-Force Wolverine, because I was huge into the X-Force series. I really love the black and gray X-Force team from was it from quite a few years ago. This was when Wolverine was the leader of that team, and I was reading comic books really heavily, and I thought, it's such a badass team. I want to make my own custom. So I saw this there, and I was like, all right, you don't have the black and red, but I really love the 92 X-Men cartoon series, so I was like, okay, I'll just pick this guy up. Not really excited about this. And then, just so happens that my god brother told me, like, this is a variant, and this is very rare. And so I've almost didn't pick this guy up. And this guy happens to be the most valuable the most valuable Marvel Legends out of my collection. And I'm really happy to have them. Really hard to find them, very rare. So I came close to selling him a few times. I don't know what I was thinking, but I've come to my senses. He's going to be in my collection for a long time, long time. Okay, so this is the closest I have to like a toy display. I actually have to block this bookcase off because my daughter is starting to crawl. But I have, I've got some heat on here, and when I say heat, like, I got some really cool toys that are, like, hard to find, and actually not hard to find, but just like some really cool toys. I'm using like sneaker lingo, because I used to be a big sneaker guy back in the day. And when you say heat, that means like, really awesome things, like in your collection. Like when you say heat, it's like, oh, I got those Jordan 12s or the Jordan 4s that everybody can get. Well, I use the same lingo. I know I'm rambling, but been wanting to do a toy review, toy collection feature on these guys. I definitely will pretty soon. If you ever watched any of my earlier videos, I picked up these Sonics actually from Sabres quite a few weeks ago. Unfortunate, something happened with this guy. The nose actually broke off, and I was actually pretty bummed about that. But let me place this down here. But if you look at this, like, so the nose, this is like the classic Sonic the Hedgehog, right? So like that, when in the 92 the original Sega games, his nose would stick out a little bit. Well, if you look at the modern Sonics, he has more of a flattered nose. So I think I'm just gonna repaint this, and I've been wanting to repaint these guys for a while. So that's definitely what I'm gonna do. And then if in the background, I got this like super powered yellow Sonic that totally looks Super Saiyan, and I'm just gonna, that's what I've been calling him, Super Saiyan Sonic. He looks so awesome. It's just he's been beaten up and the paint's pretty dingy, and he deserves a good restoration. So definitely got to do that soon. Things, it's on my to-do list. So, but yeah, definitely got some of these guys up here. This Goofy, really cool. Unfortunately, like the neck, if you look at the neck, let me come in close here. Here, let me pause this real quick. Okay, so if you look at the neck, oop, there you go. Okay. If you look at the neck, it's very thin. So I had this guy in my pocket, bad habit to have when you have premium toys on in your hand and on your person. But this is really, really fragile. The neck is. So the head broke off, and and that happened to me the same day I received this toy. Because I couldn't help myself. I wanted to, walk around with it, look for places that I could take pictures with this guy. Because, one of my favorite characters, the Kingdom Hearts Goofy, he's such a badass. And his head broke. So I had to super glue him, and it took like 5 coats of super glue just to keep his head still. So there's no articulation in his head anymore, but I don't care. Like, I really love this Goofy, and I have a lot of attachment with this guy. So just a preview of things to come. I got this Nika statue, this bobblehead statue of like the comic book version of Donatello, which I'll probably do a review and a spotlight video for. If you have seen my earlier videos, this is one of my catching up on old toy hauls video, which was pretty awesome because I was able to share this piranha plant, which is actually kind of rare in World of Nintendo circles, and I've actually heard that the World of Nintendo line, is probably coming to a close soon, which is pretty saddening, pretty depressing. Here's Bullet Bill, probably one of my favorite like background villains for Super Mario, and I always die when I face him. I always die, like if you ever play Super Mario and the cannons go off, and then you think like, oh, I'm gonna hop on top, I'm gonna just jump over him or jump on top of him. Like Mario usually dies for me, which he always gets me. That's the one guy that always gets me. Here's another cool Sonic the Hedgehog character. This line was actually discontinued like quite a few years ago. I'm sad I only got the Knuckles, but like at least I got the Knuckles, so like it's better than nothing. So this was like it was a 4-inch line of the original Sonic the Hedgehog characters. They had Sonic and Knuckles, Sonic 2, the original Sonic the Hedgehog, Sonic. So I opted to get this guy because everybody likes anti-heroes, and this was the first anti-hero of the Sonic the Hedgehog universe, and he was really cool. I mean, he always reminded me of he was like Wolverine / Sonic the Hedgehog. Can't run that fast, but you know what? He has these claws that can break through anything. So it always reminded me of Wolverine. Bad attitude, but really cool character. So yeah, I'm definitely gonna do a video about him soon. Instead of just in passing, but cool guy to have in my collection. Here's another cool guy from an awesome line that is pretty underappreciated. It's the Tick, and his line was really cool. Like, it offered a lot of like feature, action features, which like adult collectors are not happy about. Like that's not really exciting for us. We typically like just the straightforward characters with a lot of articulation. Well, this guy was made in the 90s. The sculpting is great. As you can tell, like the chest plate has been oxidized, so it's a little bit darker than the rest of the paint. But you can't really knock how accurate the face sculpt looks. It's fantastic. I always um, uh, compare this to the Ninja Turtles line, with how many awesome characters that the Tick had, all really cool, new creative characters that are just very distinct in their looks and everything. You should definitely go check it out. I forget who makes these guys. Let me check. So it's actually Bandai that makes these guys. That's pretty cool. So this guy has the feature of hopping. You know, if you're familiar with the Tick show, he runs the roofs to patrol the city, and just, yeah, that's his feature. Which is cool. Not much posability. I actually also have the Shocker Toys variants, the Indie Spotlight guys, which with a lot of articulation, which I already did a video for the Mucus variant. So that what that guy is there was a clone of the Tick, and he had a neighbor who was also an alien, an evil conqueror from like another dimension, and he used one of the Tick's snotty tissues, and he took that DNA and made a clone out of him, and that clone was made out of mucus. So it was a mucus clone henchman of Thrackerzog, if you can say that 3 times fast. But really cool. And then I also have the blue variant. It was like a internet exclusive that I received quite a few years ago. So I'm pretty happy to have those other two. The straightforward Indie Spotlight with tons of articulation. So expensive nowadays. I mean, I've only seen, just like out of curiosity, I went online the other day and looked at it, and $60 for like for a loose figure. I thought like I was like the only guy who's interested in these characters, because he plays such a big part of my childhood. But whatever, I think it's cool to have other people interested in that stuff. So I'm just gonna leave you guys with this Mattel Bartman. Mattel made a great Simpsons characters toy line. I think they were based on the arcade game from the early 90s. Really cool feature that a lot of 90s toys have is the squishy head. It's not a 90s toy or an 80s toy without this squishy rubbery head. I love this feature. A lot of people are going nuts for the Legos Simpson characters, but I've got these guys, and I'm not that interested in them. I'm more so interested in these guys. Ooh, my finger is in the way. I apologize. I'm more interested in these guys because, played a huge part of my childhood, and a lot of things that I have in my collection have to do with nostalgic and stuff that I would like to relive from my childhood. So on that note, I'm leaving you guys with this toy. Thank you for watching this impromptu video of my toy collection. I will definitely organize a lot of this tonight, and I will have more organized videos for you in the future. If you haven't already subscribed to my channel, please do so. It does help a lot towards the growth of this channel and me making better quality videos. Everybody wants better quality videos. If you have already subscribed to this channel, thank you so much for your support. I love you guys. It's so awesome to have just people watching me and interested in what I'm doing. If you enjoyed this video, please press like, and please spread the word. Could always use more followers, more subscribers to help this channel grow. So thanks again, guys. I will have more videos for you soon.